And welcome back to the Milwaukee Public Museum. We are here in what is called the narwhal exhibit, Narwhal, Revealing the Arctic Legend. And I am here with Aaron Atencio, Dr. Aaron Atencio, who, you're a very busy man. Now tell everybody what your title is, Aaron.
Well, I'm the research curator of cultural sciences here at MPM, and what that entails is I basically get to look at artifacts, interpret what they mean, what they meant for the cultural aspect, what they mean for the biological aspect sometimes. So we like to intertwine nature and culture together.
Well, how exciting.
Yeah.
Now being here at the museum, now kids like to see the big animals, and there's the narwhal, where we are at. Now I bet there's some people out there who've never heard of a narwhal.
Right.
For those who don't know what it is, can you tell us what is it, Aaron?
Sure, yeah. A narwhal is a medium-sized toothed whale. It ranges from about 8 to 16 feet. Those are the males. Weight can range from anywhere between up to 3,500 pounds. And that, to give you a rough size estimate, that's about the size of a beluga whale, which they're very closely related to, or a black rhinoceros.
Fascinating when you think about where they live, because they're living in the Arctic in a place that is dark half of the year, and it's hard to get to. Can you tell me how difficult is it to study narwhals?
So they don't live in captivity either, so that makes it very difficult to study them. A way that I like to position this question is a wildlife photojournalist named Paul Nicklin. It took him 10 years to get a single photo of a narwhal of researching, and he actually got it from a plane. So that gives you kind of a scope of how difficult the animals are to study. And it also illuminates how little we know about them. Accessing them in their environment is really the key way to do it, and that's another cool thing about this exhibit is it intertwines traditional knowledge, so indigenous peoples from the area, with modern scientific research.
It's fascinating, Doctor. I'm going to call you Dr. Atencio because you earned a PhD. I can't help it. But one thing, Dr. Atencio, when I think of animals and studying animals, a lot we can learn from our own makeup and in science, as human beings. What are some of the things that you think we can glean from studying these animals?
For me, as a cultural scientist, it's always that interconnection between the source communities and then us as scientists going into the source communities and what we can take away from traditional knowledge. So Inuit peoples have lived in this area for much longer than we've been accessing the area and taking information from that area. So what this helps with is that interplay between traditional knowledge, which is a huge push for modern day scientific research, and how to work collaboratively. And I think that, for me, that's probably the most important aspect.
Yeah, very interesting. And one of the things, of course, is the tusk. Everybody wants to know about that. Now, they are considered valuable back in the day. Can you talk about the history of the tooth or the tusk?
Yes, so in the 16th century, Queen Elizabeth purchased a carved tusk that was valued at 10,000 pounds at that time. Roughly, she could have bought a castle at that time with that. So that gives you some idea of how valuable they are. They've been used in medicine, so to cure leprosy. Now, this isn't proven. This was back in that age to cure leprosy, certain things like headaches and things like that, and they would grind that up into a powder.
That is just fascinating. We could talk about this all day, and I'm so glad you have this exhibit here and you're able to give us some information. And now there's a lecture coming up, Dr. Atencio, that people, if they want to know more, they can attend.
Yes, so actually one of the leading researchers for the narwhal exhibit, William Fitzhugh, he's going to be coming here in September, the 22nd, for a Science on Tap. And we urge everyone to come in and take part in that and learn more about narwhal and Arctic research.
Okay, well, it's very good. It's great to have you on Positively Milwaukee. Dr. Aaron Atencio, thank you so much for being my guest this morning.
I appreciate it.